In this episode of The Excursion, I'll be challenged with kayak fishing, boating, and even butterfly whispering challenges in beautiful Harris County, Georgia. And if I succeed, I'm chowing down on a variety of delectable dishes in this unique county hotspot. But if I fail, it's the crew that gets this Southern feast. Let's get started. From Georgia's largest state park and a couple of unique Harris County farms with friendly goats and soaps to a farmhouse in Ellerslie, Part 1 of this two-part excursion offered a variety of exciting adventures and beautiful overlooks. Part 2 kicks off from our home base at the Mountaintop Inn and Resort, offering spectacular sunset views and a good night's sleep, to say the least.
I was just talking to some people who come every year and they rent like the 4 cabins around me, and their families can hop from cabin to cabin and each one has something unique, and they play card games on the back porches and hot tub hop and have bonfires at night and make s'mores, and it's just really great to see that year after year we have that capacity to keep families coming back and engaged, and there's always something fun to do.
This is also a fantastic launching point to continue our adventures at nearby Callaway Resort and Gardens, a legendary Pine Mountain getaway that's been delivering family memories for generations.
When people visit Callaway, tell me more. 2,500 acres, how could I possibly get around to see it all? The right answer is there's no way to see it all really in a day. So we recommend 2 wheels or 4. 2 wheels on our 7 miles of bicycle trails, or even one of our Callaway cruisers, our fancy name for golf carts, is a great way to get around. Of course, you can get back in your vehicle and go spot to spot, but there's a lot to see. So we know that most of our visitors want to make it a multi-day visit so that they can really get it all in. You know, we're a haven for nature lovers and adventure seekers, so whether you want to have a thrill on our Treetop Adventure zipline course, or you want to get out on one of our 13 lakes in a boat, or tube or water ski on Robin Lake Beach, I mean, the adventures are endless.
Hard to know where to start. Let's just start with the beach.
Robin Lake Beach is such a playground. Every year in the summer season, we open Memorial Day weekend with the Masters water ski and wakeboard tournament, and then we're open through Labor Day weekend. It's the true summer season out at Robin Lake Beach.
And of course, the name Callaway, you think of golf.
Same family, so you can trace the family tree for the Callaways and find that connection there. But the golf here at Callaway is outstanding. We have 2 courses, so 36 holes of beautiful golf in this natural woodlands gardens, and our Mountain View course is actually a PGA course. Over a dozen years we hosted the PGA tournament.
And when it comes to a Callaway experience, the excursions are endless. The amazing Lakeside Birds of Prey show is a must-see.
Olive is a barred owl. She is one of 17 birds of prey that we have here at Callaway Gardens that we use to spread our message of conservation and educate the public.
So as you walk around the gardens, you guys, keep your eyes open for red-tailed hawks.
The spa is truly a magical place because it allows us to connect people and nature in a different way. And so to me, the wellness component of the spa and being able to treat yourself to something relaxing or holistic is an important part of that experience.
It's time for a Callaway-induced challenge with my main man Ross at Callaway Gardens Robin Lake Beach, the world's largest man-made white sand beach. We're gonna do 2 things. Number 1, get up on water skis. I haven't gotten up in 20 years on these skis, so we're gonna see what happens. They say it's like riding a bike, you never forget. Part 2, Ross is gonna drive the boat. I am gonna go on an inner tube, but he says it can get a little crazy out there. So let's see what happens.
Just kind of shimmy those feet up to the front.
Okay. Haven't tested the water yet, but it's been warm here.
Point the toes and slide on in.
Woo! Cell phone! No.
Oh, man.
Feels good.
Nice.
All right. Skis conquered.
All done.
Woo! Good
Yeah.
driving.
Oh,
it was all
yeah.
him, folks. It was all him. All right. That is down. Now to the tube.
The fun part.
Folks, it's as crazy as Ross lets it get. So I think I passed, even if I fall off, but we'll have to see, right?
Let's see.
All right. When we return, we explore a little more of Callaway Resort and Gardens, fish the hooch, and gear up for our scrumptious reward. Plenty of thrills and spills got this excursion off to a good start. So why not explore the other end of the spectrum here at Callaway Resort and Gardens? Enter the Cecil B. Day Butterfly Center, one of North America's largest tropical butterfly conservatories, where over 1,000 butterflies await my arrival.
We have the indoor tropical conservatory, and then behind us we actually have our outdoor native butterfly garden.
Someone coming to visit Harris County can come here and get a little sneak peek of what they might find out there in the parks.
That's right. So this is a really neat native butterfly garden because we have a lot of our perennial and annual plants that we plant, which are great nectar sources for our butterflies. And so you can walk through this garden and you'll see kind of a variety of different butterflies. And then inside the conservatory, we actually have all tropical butterflies. So these butterflies come from all areas of the world, mainly Central and South America. So it's really unique in that guests get to see those butterflies that they might not see in their own garden.
Now, I have a little challenge. This show is about challenges. This one is not as physical a challenge. Maybe it's more of a Zen challenge. I'm gonna try and get a butterfly to land on me. Any secrets I need to know? Anything I can do to not cheat, but make this happen?
Oh yes, so butterflies are really attracted to smell. In fact, the blue morpho, which is in the conservatory, loves fruit. So people who wear, fruity types of perfumes or lotions, they tend to flock to them. Or if you come in and you put orange juice, you've had orange juice in the morning or some type of fruit juice, they love that fruity smell. So that's one way to get them right to you, and they will land on you. I've seen plenty of times many kids, that just had orange juice in the morning, and they have tons of those blue morphos that land on them. So
I just ate s'mores. I don't know if s'mores are going to help me much. Might get bees, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I don't want that. The best part was just walking around and seeing the variety of tropical flyers. But I had a moment, a special one at that, where Mother Nature and I bonded, in turn accomplishing the excursion challenge. So, Wes, when you weren't looking, you know what I had? I had a butterfly, this finger. Didn't even ask, he just got right on, spun around, got it on camera. I won this challenge, buddy. What do you think? Use rotten fruit. I did not use rotten fruit. No rotten fruit involved. Heading southwest toward the Chattahoochee River and the Georgia-Bama line, we took a little excursion break to explore Goat Rock Lake, where we received special access to explore the edges of the area dams. And this one particular dam was a darn special experience, to say the least. This body of water is gorgeous, and this is another hidden gem of Harris County.
That's correct.
Goat Rock Dam, Goat Rock Lake, interesting name. Where'd that come from?
During the construction of the dam, the guys noticed that there's just wild goats on the rocks jumping back and forth and all. So the guys adopted those as their mascot for building the dam, and the name stuck. Up to about 10 years ago, we actually still had feral goats in the woods around the place here. So
how about
pretty
that?
Cool little backstory on the name there. The dam was built, they started in 1910, and they finished in 1912. So a dam this size, that much is an engineering miracle then at the time.
So everybody can come explore the rest of the lake, but we got a little treat. It's very interesting coming to the edge of the dam there.
Correct. That's correct.
How far a drop is that?
60 foot.
60-foot drop. I'm glad I'm with you.
No,
Yeah, because I wouldn't trust Wes with the boat. He wouldn't trust me, so we're with the right guy here. So if you come here, you can fish here. Great fishing.
Great fishing.
Come out with boats.
That's correct.
But there's also a lot of great wildlife here.
It is. Your bald eagles, your ospreys, waterfowl, hundreds of wood duck. If you're lucky, you'll see a river otter every once in a while, but beavers, just a great habitat for all the animals.
We didn't see too many people other than fishermen, and no goats on Goat Rock Lake. But when it came to wildlife, particularly the bald eagles, we spotted 4 in just over an hour. A truly American experience, if you ask me. When we return, it's up the river we go with Matthew Goss of GLL Outdoors to do a little kayak bass fishing on the mighty Chattahoochee. Tubing in fashion, summoning beautiful butterflies, and exploring Goat Rock Lake has given me a gorgeous glimpse of this diverse Harris County, Georgia landscape. So why not hit the river and do a little fishing with an exciting sportsman twist? Enter Matthew Goss of GLL Outdoors for our final Excursion Challenge.
We are a kayak rental, kayak shop, fishing supplier. Anything to do with kayak fishing, we take care of.
Kayak fishing. I've done it before. I love it. Tell me why people love kayak fishing.
I believe it's closer to nature. You're closer to the water. It's more peaceful, quiet, and serene. You can also get to places you can never get to in a boat in a kayak. So you're accessing unfished water.
This neat part of Harris County, we're kind of at the edge of the mountains, but we're also getting into South Georgia. It's a neat little spot here.
It is. I've been fishing down here about 13 years. When I first started kayak fishing, this was one of the first spots I found that was accessible pretty much to only kayakers. Realized that the fishery was the best fishery within 100 miles of here, as far as black bass go.
There you go. He was on the microphone.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was trying to be heard.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff in this water.
There is. The Chattahoochee, in between Lake Hardin and West Point Lake, you've got 3 black bass species, largemouth, spotted bass, as well as the elusive and very rare shoal bass, which is my usual target species. You can also catch lots of panfish. We have some giant shell crackers down here, catfish, pretty much any normal game fish that you could think of.
So how much experience do people need when they take these kayaks out?
Not a whole lot. This section that we're on is very forgiving. There's a couple of sets of, I wouldn't even really call them rapids, we call them shoals. As long as you hit them straight, you won't have any problems, you won't flip over, and if you do, you're in like a foot of water, so you can stand back up and get back in your boat. It's a good beginner float. If you've never been in a kayak before, you know, no worries.
Yo! There we go.
Woo, he's a giant.
He's been messing with you. There we go.
Yeah, good Lord, man. Put him on the board.
That's how we get it started.
That's right.
There we go. Oh, I had one. Shoot.
Holy.
Oh yeah. There we go. Oh! Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah!
That's what you want.
That's what we needed. Yes, sir. What are we looking at, Matt?
Probably good 4.5, 5 pounder. 421. 4.21.
He's thick.
Oh yeah. Big old boy.
Yeah. That was awesome. Just being out there, watching you catch fish. I felt I had one time, I was feeling something there. We saw a lot out there, a lot of great blue herons coming across the water, hanging out on the side. They're doing some fishing too, I guess.
Absolutely.
And then we saw something I didn't know we'd see out here. They're far away, but we saw some otters.
Oh yeah, the river otters, and they're extremely playful. Sometimes they'll get close to you, sometimes they won't let you get, very close at all. We had some that lived up by our shop, and I actually befriended one of them and would talk to him, and he would get curious and actually come up on the rocks. I always said I was going to try to feed him one day, but I think they've since maybe moved down the river, and that may be the same family we saw today.
Well, it's just such a different experience fishing on a river as opposed to a lake. It's a little bit of work, but it's more of an adventure.
It is. It's more challenging, but when you get it right, like that last fish, it's definitely a bigger reward.
Woo! That was a beast. All right. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
When we return, it's reward time in Harris County, Georgia, right off Highway 219. After landing some largemouth, courtesy Mr. Matt, it was time to hop off the kayaks and experience my well-deserved excursion reward in Fortson, Georgia. Welcome to 219 Food and Spirits and its nearby sister hangout, 219 on the Lake. 219, it's a really interesting place. You see the outside, you're not sure what to expect, and you walk inside and you have this incredible atmosphere.
That was the concept that we wanted when we opened. For you could come in to what you think is just a strip mall, but then when you walk in and you go, wow, this food is incredible. We're big into music and food and want everybody to come in and enjoy themselves from an atmosphere of food and enjoy it. Something that's not out of a box, something everything's fresh. And then we tie in music and entertainment with that and all the TVs and for a family entertainment. Come in, eat, enjoy yourself, relax. You're at the lake. You don't need to be uptight, leave work, come here. That's what we try to do.
Why is it great to have a place like this in Harris County?
You can come in here and we do live entertainment, touring artists, guys that are out on the road that come through. So you just don't know what you're going to see when you come in, and all the local atmosphere here, these people just love to be here and they have a good time.
Let's talk about your chef, Chef Sam back there, and the work that he does.
Chef Sam and I got together in November of 2015. Sam had moved back here from Asheville. I told him what I wanted to do and the vibe I wanted and how we wanted this to be real fun. And Sam just signed on and said, man, this is going to be great. He and I partnered up. He's a cordon bleu trained chef, but he's worked all over, everywhere from Maine to San Francisco. And so we snapped him up, and we've had a great relationship since November of 15.
And now off to the kitchen, where executive chef Sam Schiffman served up an Excursion reward-worthy Feast of Champions. Sam, I'm excited about this. Been all around Harris County. This is my reward meal.
Nice.
You can get your bistro food, but now we're getting a little more specialized, and this is what really makes 219 unique.
Definitely. We try to keep the menu very diverse. We try not to stick to one particular thing. We try to keep it a great menu with whatever we feel like cooking that day, you know?
Yeah, this is another one of those hidden gems in Harris County that I'm finding.
Definitely.
Before we get started on these awesome entrees, you brought CJ in here to work on the appetizers.
I did. So we have two of our most popular appetizers. One is a honey sriracha seared tuna with a citrus-infused soy sauce. The other is our most popular, which is a fried green tomato. We do with a Cajun remoulade, a truffle balsamic, and some green onions and some fresh mozzarella. So this is our bone-in pork chop right here. We've already grilled it off. So we're gonna pop it on our speed pan, place it right into our convection oven. While that's cooking, we will grab one of our saute pans and start our shrimp and grits. The shrimp that we use, and it's red Argentine shrimp. This is a raw form, and they almost look like they're cooked. They have a really sweet taste, almost more similar to lobster than shrimp. So in our right pan, we have our yellow stone ground grits. What we do with our grits is we boil them off, and then to make them extra rich, we finish them off with heavy cream. Oh yeah. And then we also add some shredded cheddar jack cheese to them, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper to finish them off. We'll take our red Argentine shrimp. We're gonna add some seasonings to them. They actually only take about 2 or 3 minutes to cook. And right off the bat, we'll add our applewood smoked bacon, green onions, andouille sausage, and a little bit of garlic. Give that a nice little toss. Once our pan starts to form the brown material around it, then we'll deglaze it with some white wine.
This looks fantastic.
Our grits are very rich, very cheesy, and very creamy. So we'll just finish off with a little bit of butter. It's our finished product right here. So we'll take our shrimp off.
Oh, I'm gonna need a soup spoon to eat this. It goes faster. Oh man. Yes, sir.
And that is our Cajun shrimp and grits.
All
right, so our next one, which is our bone-in pork chop. The base of it, we actually do a risotto, which is an arborio grain.
Okay.
We cook off our risotto or our arborio in chicken stock, and then we cool it down. When we reheat it with a little bit of heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Just let that heat up real quick. So here's our pork chop. It is nice and cooked to a medium. We take our house-made, we call it a honey peppercorn glaze that we make in-house.
honey peppercorn.
And we are going to glaze that pork chop up. We're going to pop back in for about 30 seconds just to let it caramelize on that pork chop. Awesome. We'll take our shaved Brussels.
Yeah.
Just do a small layering. Then our honey peppercorn glazed bone-in pork chop. Go right on top of there.
So from boating and butterflies to stunning views of mountaintops and a lake that seemingly hits the edge of the world, this two-part Harris County, Georgia excursion has been one to write home about. But first, I'm going to need some time to feast on my reward. Excursion complete. See you next time.